Yeah, I saw this lady up here and she's doing like a thousand rejections in a year for 2026. And I thought that was interesting because it made me think about like, there's this thing called exposure therapy where people do things that make them feel really uncomfortable, or put themselves in uncomfortable situations to where they're like getting perceived by people. So just putting yourself in a situation where you feel really uncomfortable and you're most likely to get rejected. I think it's also called rejection therapy. But anyways, she was telling a story about how basically she wanted to just try a bunch of things and throw paint at the wall and see what works. And so it made me think about myself because I'm definitely this person and on an average day, because I was like, maybe I should try this. But I was like, no, I'm already doing this. And it makes me think about the 300,000 careers that I've had. Like, your girl, first, I went to school for fashion. I was a fashion blogger. I also worked for, I'm laughing because it was so many different careers that I have. Also, I was a fashion student, I was a fashion blogger, I was a photographer, I helped produce fashion shows, I was a social media manager, I worked for a PR company. When I graduated, I ended up working as a visual merchandiser. I then moved to California and I was a celebrity fashion stylist assistant. Also have been I went to school to be a real estate agent. Also went to school to be a mental health counselor. I've also worked in property management. What else have I done? I've worked for myself, having a marketing company. So I was in influencer marketing. I did social media marketing, copywriting. What else have I done? I'm an author now. I'm also a spiritual healer underneath that umbrella. I'm a deaf doula. I'm a birth doula. I teach meditation. I'm a tarot card reader. I do mediumship. I do Reiki healing. I also am working on becoming a DJ. I'm a multi-hyphenate, and my ADHD brain, if you stuck around, my ADHD brain, I think is my superpower because it allows me to like try new things and zone in on them. And because I think when you're so interested and passionate about multiple things, you don't feel shame to do it. But if you are someone who feels like you're having a hard time like just stepping outside of the box, because I feel like not everybody is like this. There's some people that are scared and fear has them shaken up to the point where they only want to stick to what they know, and they're afraid to try new things. Or maybe you feel like you have to work this job so that way you can just survive. I hope that you try this challenge, because just look it up on TikTok. I forget what it's called. A thousand no's in 1 year. I think that's what it's called. But if you're interested, I definitely want to like start a series, because I've seen some people starting series talking about like their journey. I would love to share like every single thing that I've done and how I've pushed past like fear, because I still experience fear and self-doubt. It's just that I can be very impulsive and delusional, and it leads to success, but I'm also not afraid to say, hey, I don't like this. I'm going to try something else. So I don't know. I have a lot to share. And maybe I'll just post it anyway, because who cares? Somebody will like it.